mauls a 13-month-old boy inside their Granite Bay home. The attack being called unprovoked tonight. I'm Tony Lopez.
And I'm Adrienne Moore. CBS 13's Rob Malcolm is live in Granite Bay tonight with the gut-wrenching details. This is a tough one, Rob.
Yeah, that's right, Tony and Adrian. This is just a heartbreaking story. Now, the home in question is just a few houses down here on Olive Ranch Road. Now, neighbors we tried to talk with tonight said this family has gone through enough. And what took place here this afternoon is a parent's worst nightmare. It was an accident so horrific.
Oh, now let's stop there. Now, I have to, for those who don't know, I have to interject throughout this. This is the YouTube policy. You don't just show in full someone else's content on your channel. Okay? It has to be a commentary thing. So let me comment on what he just said. Parents' worst nightmare. No, it is not. If this was parents' worst nightmare, dogs would not be in society at all. Let's not play these word games, these mind games. I know that's what we would like to believe. We would like to believe that this is every single parent's worst nightmare. That's not the case. So stop it. You know it's not the case. Look at their behavior. How many people own these things? Stop it.
It was an accident so horrific few people in this Granite Bay neighborhood would talk, but those that did...
It's scary that it can happen so close to my house.
Gavin Smith lives 2 houses down on Olive Branch Road, where shortly after 3, Placer County Sheriff's deputies responded after a pit bull fatally attacked a 13-month-old boy.
Deputies responded to the scene. The relative that was watching the child was able to get the child away from the dog.
Neighbors gathered on the street trying to figure out what was going on.
My mom she heard from somebody that there was blood on the lady's face or on the kid's face.
It was later in the afternoon they heard the tragic news. The toddler was no match for the 6-year-old female pit bull.
The baby was taken to the Roosevelt Hospital where it passed away.
The pit bull is now quarantined with Placer County Animal Control. Detectives say their preliminary investigation points to an accident.
There doesn't appear to be any
Accident. There you go. Y'all have to stop with that. Stop it. These are not accidents. The dog did not accidentally appear there. Dogs in society have not accidentally appeared there. When you talk about what caused the attack, you have to also include how the dog got there in the first place. Because they're not supposed to be there. They're animals. Okay, if you have an animal that's repeatedly attacking your kids, you remove them from society. You know, like you do with your toys. When you have toys and they haul off and scratch a few kids, these toys that they've, as I pointed out many times, removed from the shelves have done nothing but hardly injured a few kids, a handful of kids, and they removed them from the shelves with the quickness. Oh, look at how responsible and look at how much we care. Stop it. But with dogs, you promote them even stronger.
There doesn't appear to be any neglect. There does not appear to be any anything that provoked the dog. It was just a horrific circumstance that had occurred.
Gavin,
no, it was stupid circumstances. Suicidal. There are many people who sense the threat before the attack happens. Why do y'all act like we don't exist? This is what kills me about this. This is so Twilight Zone-ish. There are plenty of people who would look at that home and say, "Whoa, that's scary. You should get that dog out of that home." Stop talking as if we don't exist. Y'all just choose to act like we don't exist. You know the danger. It's not just us. You are not stupid. You're not oblivious to the threat. That's exactly what you get off on. You pit bull lovers get off on the danger involved, the threat of an attack. And you flaunt when the dog doesn't attack. And you all gawk at other people's videos and photos of their pit bull not attacking, as if that's supposed to prove something. That don't erase their statistics, that don't mean that you still have no idea whether or not your dog will attack you or your child or someone in your home. None of you have any idea whether or not your pit bull is going to attack somebody. So stop trying to act all like you such geniuses. You know your dog so well. You be the same ones ending up on the news crying, talking about how it has never shown aggression.
Gavin is the owner of 2 large pit bulls and is trying to figure out how this happened.
Usually it's not really the dog that's the problem, it's the people who raise the dog. You go and you train a dog to be aggressive, it's going to be aggressive. You don't be aggressive with the dog, it's going to be fine.
See, the headline of this stream is not an exaggeration. That's what he said. Oh, that's what he said. Let's back it up. Let's back it up. I mean, he elaborated.
You go and you train a dog to be aggressive, it's going to be aggressive. You don't be aggressive with the dog, it's going to be fine. It's going to be aggressive. You go and you train a dog to be... Usually it's not really the dog that's the problem, it's the people who raise the dog. You go and you train a dog to be aggressive, it's going to be aggressive. You don't be aggressive with the dog, it's going to be fine.
I told y'all, this is what they believe. This is this new age, new era of raising dogs. Okay? Raise it with love, and it'll be fine. Only use positive reinforcement. Okay, I'm talking about the dog trainers. You shouldn't use the alpha approach. Raise it with love. Only use positive reinforcement. Don't karate chop the dog in the neck like Caesar does. He's speaking about a way of raising dogs. So he's making a very wild and untrue statement.
You don't be aggressive with the dog, it's going to be fine.
And first, like I ask all the time, sir, how did you find that out? How did you prove that? How did you come to that conclusion? How? People, I'm telling y'all, these are wild guesses that these people are making. They're not getting this information from the actual attack cases. You know how I know? Because I share the actual attack cases with all of you. I go over it in public. This information is never disclosed. What are these people talking about? You raise a dog with love, it'll never attack. Do you know how many people have said that they raised their dog with love? So many, I don't need to repeat it here online. You can just do a simple search. Dog attack, never shown aggression, raised with love. So, listen, I'm going to try once again to support my argument. These dog lovers, I don't know why you have to explain things to them in so many different ways, and they still don't get it. No matter how good of a job you do. You know, you have people, oh, good job, IHD, that was a good video. You broke it down. But these dog lovers, they don't get it. They don't get it. Now, people, I've told y'all, when y'all press these dog lovers on anything that they talk about, they fumble the ball. They trip and fall flat on their face. They are completely lost. Because they only deal with talking points. What he said just then is a talking point that they don't plan on elaborating on. So let me ask a question. And this is what I would ask a nutter if they were to try to debate me. You say that if they raise the dog to be aggressive, then it will be aggressive. My question is, how do you raise a dog to be aggressive? How do you do that? How do you carry that out? Is it all about getting the dog used to the sound sick 'em, sick, sick, and then teaching it to attack, playing with it in a rough manner after you give it that cue? I don't know how you train these mutts. Is that it? Because from what I have understood, these things are born with a natural instinct to train on how to fight and kill. And they all do exactly that. All their life. That is exactly what they're doing when they bite, shake toys that you give to them. They're practicing killing. You can't stop a dog from mimicking killing and murder. That's what they're doing. They're training themselves. Why do dogs shake and they all do this? There are videos online of puppies fresh out the womb, biting, shaking, practicing killing. You don't have to teach or train these mutts to attack.
Greyhounds run like lightning, and why many dogs just can't help but shake their toys like predators would do once. So to answer the question, why does my dog shake his toys? It is just part of your dog's natural instinct. Obviously, if they, years and years ago when they caught something, they'd shake sort of their head to kill, pretty much, or to...
She said years ago, thousands of years ago. Lady, they do that today. And for the same reason. Dogs clamp down, hold, and shake today. They've never stopped. And it's always been for the same reason. Dogs will make a toy out of something. If you don't give them toys, they'll tear up your home. They'll destroy your home. You'll come home and things will be destroyed. You can't stop these things from practicing killing, training themselves to kill, training their aggression. So no, it's not about, well, if you train them to be aggressive, they'll attack. And if you don't, they won't. Okay, so I'm trying to go a step further than the dog owners themselves who have already told you that they've raised their dog with love and it went on to attack anyway. Are you calling all of those people liars? Where are y'all getting these arguments from? Where are y'all getting this from? What is wrong with y'all? Why don't y'all just stop? This is embarrassing. Do y'all understand that? Do you understand that much? Can y'all just not hold on to goofy arguments, narratives, lifestyles? Just leave the dog culture alone. Like I said, there's no way to justify its existence and sound like a person with his head screwed on right. Stop doing this to yourselves. Just be a well-rounded, through and through, genuine, intelligent, evolved person. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, trust me, you'll appreciate it more than this lifestyle. Now, here's another article. Why do dogs shake their toys? Why do they shake their toys? And look at the first thing they start talking about. Hunting. Hunting. If you don't give a dog a toy or toys, and you don't have furniture for them to tear up, they're going to bite and nip on you. They're going to bite and bite something. And these people give them toys and they emulate killing. They train themselves fighting. And then one day they just attack somebody for real. They attack a real person. This ain't rocket science. Why? Lord. When your dog shakes its toy, it mimics the action wolves and other wild dogs use to kill small prey. Listen to that. Listen to that propaganda. Why are you bringing wolves into it? They just can't help but to bring up other animals. To bring up animals, period. To try to project dogs as one. Stop that. Okay? It's designed to instantly snap the prey's back or neck. That's what the shaking's for. And all the dogs do this. From the time they're born, they're going to snag something and bite it and shake it and bite, shake, and pretend to kill. This is a natural instinct. Do you understand that, people? This ain't rocket science. Stop talking like these things are human. What you saying that's true about people. With people, yeah. If they don't know nothing but love, chances are they're never going to attack anyone. If they're never entertained by violence, if they never see violence on television, you got to understand, I remember being traumatized by violence as a child. Seeing people punch other people in the face. I remember being traumatized by the sight of that. If somebody's never, and that actually made me want to punch somebody in the face. I remember this as a child, as young as 5 years old. I'd see that on TV, and I want to do that. But if you never see violence, you're never exposed to violence, yeah, most likely you'll never attack anyone. You can't say that about dogs. There y'all go. See, this whole talking point has to do with you humanizing dogs. This is scary stuff. We know y'all all too well. A little more well than we'd like to, man. This is disturbing. Your lifestyle, the way you think is disturbing. Can y'all please stop? Kids, listen, don't be a part of this nonsense. Don't do this to yourself. Don't make yourself vulnerable, because listen, we're going to start touring the country. We're going to grow. They're not going to grow. The dog lovers, that goofy, cringe lifestyle, they're going to fall. They're falling right now. So don't play yourself. Okay? So, I know a lot of dog lovers. You look at these worthless mutts with toys and you think it's some kind of magical moment in time. You start to smile and pull out your camera and you take pictures and you record videos and you post them to these nutter groups, to your Facebook, your social media, and you think it's magical. You get all these likes and people comment on these brain dead, worthless killers. And you think it's all fun and games. You think it's all, it's all fun. But it's not. There's nothing magical about these mutants. I don't care what you've seen them do before. Even if they do, I'll admit, sometimes dogs do things that are very odd. But it doesn't surprise me. And it's hard to impress me. When it comes to dogs, it's hard to impress me. And I want to give y'all an example before I leave. And I want to respond to this mutt playing volleyball. In fact, let me see if I can find this on YouTube. Because I would rather a big screen. Okay, here it is right here. See, this is one of those videos where they would share it with me on Twitter or somewhere and be like, hey, IHD, look at this. You say dogs are not intelligent. You say dogs are so dumb. IHD, look at this. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. And they see a mutt playing volleyball. See, dog lovers, they're so goofy. They're so goofy and basic thinking people. They think this is such a magical moment and that it's such a strong example of intelligence. Oh, look at how smart it is. People, there ain't nothing smart about this. There ain't nothing intelligent about this. Nothing at all. Do y'all know how easy it is for animals to keep their eyes on fast-moving objects? How easy it is. They're so good at doing it that the object appears to almost not be moving, to be moving in slow motion. The same thing that you're able to do as a human being when you keep your eyes on something. Okay? So there's nothing impressive about this mutt keeping his eyes on something. Now, why should I be impressed that it actually stuck its mouth out to bite it? Which is all it's doing. Tell me, how is that supposed to be impressive? It's biting at the ball. But because it can't bite it, the ball is just bouncing back up. This is literally the most basic brain dead thing you could possibly. Yeah, you can get a brain dead mutant to do this. I mean, dogs are mutants, but they're highly functional mutants. Most of them have, their muscles and stuff work just fine. And this is not impressive. This is not intelligence, not intelligence. In fact, if you think that this is some type of demonstration or show of intelligence, you are revealing your own lack of intelligence. And I hate to say that. I'm sorry. I hate to be the one to tell you that. And look, I tell you with love. I'm telling you with love. That is, exposes your own lack of intelligence if you think this was somehow intelligent. That's what dogs do. They try to bite and eat things. They try to eat things. You see how at the end of the video, what do you think it was started doing? Here, look at it. What do you think it's doing now? It's trying to eat it. So it takes high intelligence to try to eat an object, a fast-moving object that these people are throwing in the dog's direction. These nutters, these are goofy. These people are goofy. Y'all goofy. Now listen, don't get so offended by me calling you goofy. I'm just being honest with you. We all do goofy things at times, myself included. But this has to stop. This brain deadness, and it's sort of, they embrace being brain dead. And just being so simple-minded. To the point where it's like backwardness. You know, you don't make friends. You don't lay in the bed with no dog. You don't allow dogs in your home. It's like they've gone so far and they've been doing this for so long. It's normalized in their mind, so it's almost like we're speaking a different language to them. Fingers crossed. Let's hope that we speed up the process and get a dog-free society. Shout out to everybody who's able to join me for this brief live stream. And I will be back sooner than later as we continue with this crusade.